Writers are professional liars. Well, not necessarily liars in the sense that Jeffrey Archer is a criminally convicted liar, but we do practice a kind of deceit. We make stuff up, but write it down in a way that's sufficiently convincing that our readers will believe it, or at least suspend their disbelief until they finish reading the book. So how do you lie and get away with it? Well, let's imagine that it's your turn to pay the electricity bill and your flatmates give you their share of the money, but instead of paying the bill, you spend it on an interactive Tracy Island toy. And 1 month later, you're sitting in the cold and the dark and your flatmates accuse you. And you say, "No, you've got to believe me. I promise I paid the bill. Honestly, you must believe me." And your flatmates don't believe you. They say you're a liar. You didn't pay the bill. You spent it on that stupid interactive Tracy Island toy. But suppose instead you tell them, "No, I definitely paid it. I remember because I paid it at the post office that weekend when we had the terrible weather. Do you remember? I recall because the woman that served me in the post office, it was the woman with, you know, she's got that like skin rash on her neck and she always wears those big hoop earrings. Yes, it was her. I remember because she said, 'Doesn't it seem to cost more every time, but you need the extra heat when the weather's like this?' At which point your flatmates apologise to you and curse the post office. In other words, in life and in writing, we will believe you, or at least suspend our disbelief if your account is specific, accurate and knowledgeable. And there's a game I like to play with writers that's based on the TV show Would I Lie to You? The way I play it, I divide the writers into two pairs and get them to take turns to state two things about themselves. The stranger the better. One statement should be true, the other should be false. The other player must ask questions in an attempt to work out which statement is false. So the way this works, suppose I tell you that I'm a very keen skier and I own a chalet in the Alps. And you say, "All right, whereabouts in the Alps?" And I say, "Well, it's in Saint-Moritz." And you say, "Okay, really, what's the skiing like in Saint-Moritz?" I say, "It's good, yeah. It's some steep bit, some not so steep bits, really like snowy and stuff." As soon as the detail breaks down or I can't provide accurate information, you know that I'm making this up. But suppose I do a wee bit of research, and when you ask me what the skiing's like, I describe the fresh powder snow that falls in January. I tell you about a chairlift that always breaks halfway, penduluming in the breeze. I describe a téléphérique, not a ski lift, a téléphérique, in which French people crush tight together and rest their skis on their shoulders, and they pull their reflective goggles onto their foreheads and the whole cabin smells of sunblock. And I tell you about a notorious black run called the Piste de Gilles de Luz, and I describe it using words such as mogul and couloir. Then very quickly you might begin to believe me. So once again, in life and in writing, we will believe you, or at least suspend our disbelief, if your account is specific, accurate and knowledgeable. Thanks for watching and good luck with your writing.